acceleration. You know that, I think, when we want to accelerate anything, this means we are changing its velocity or its speed. Okay, what is the acceleration in physics? The acceleration in physics is the rate at which the velocity changes. Or you can say that the change in velocity per unit time. So to have acceleration, please look at this. The velocity must change. If the velocity changes, we have acceleration. Acceleration exists when the velocity changes. The velocity is a vector, of course, so it has both magnitude and direction. So if one of them or both change, this means we have acceleration. But in this lesson, we'll talk about only the change in magnitude. So we'll see if the object speeds up or slows down. So if the object speeds up, increases its speed, or slows down, decreases its speed, acceleration exists. Acceleration is the rate. Acceleration A is the rate, means delta t, at which the velocity changes. Delta here with the velocity means the change n. Delta is a Greek letter which is used here to represent the change n. So here, and delta t means the change in time, or you can say it time interval, or the time taken to make this change. So the time taken to make this change is delta t, or the time interval. Again, the acceleration equals the change in velocity over the time interval. It equals delta v over delta t. How to get the change in anything? The change in anything equals the final minus the initial. The final velocity here will be represented using v, and the initial velocity will be used here, or will be represented here by u. So that change in velocity equals the final velocity v minus the initial velocity u. Good. What is the unit of acceleration? What is the unit of acceleration? From this equation, the speed or the velocity, the unit is meter per second. Both of them have the same unit, speed and velocity. The time has the unit second. So the SI unit of acceleration is meter per second per second, or second. This means the unit of acceleration is meter per second squared. Good? Yes, of course. The SI unit of acceleration is meter per second squared. So if the object slows down, the acceleration will be called deceleration. So what is the difference between acceleration and deceleration? Acceleration is general, but if we want to talk about the deceleration, it means the acceleration with a negative sign. Okay, so the deceleration, the same thing. If we are calculating the acceleration, we calculate the deceleration using this. Don't forget this. A equals delta V, change in velocity over time. In this case, we'll get the final velocity minus the initial velocity over the time interval. So whatever the acceleration, if it is positive acceleration or negative acceleration, which is deceleration, we'll use this. The same unit, of course, meter per second squared. The only difference is the deceleration has a negative sign. Okay, let's try to answer this question. A car changes speed from 15 meter per second to 25 meter per second in 2.5 seconds. Calculate the acceleration. In this case, we are asked to calculate the acceleration. Acceleration again and again equals delta V over delta T. It equals the final velocity minus the initial velocity over delta T. What are the givens here? They said that speed changes speed from mean this is the initial speed to this is the final speed. In 2.5 seconds, this is the time interval. Now we can get the acceleration. So the acceleration here equals delta V, which is, delta V, which is V minus U, which is 25 minus 15 over the time, which is 2.5. 25 minus 15 is 10 over 2.5 means positive 4 meter per second squared. Yes, very good, because this is in meter per second and this is in second, so it is meter per second squared. Brilliant. This is the answer here. What if the car changes its speed from 25 to 15? So this will be U, this will be V in the same time, which is 2.5. Try to answer it. Of course, yes. It will be the same acceleration, but with a negative sign.